Well, I'm here on Radio Spitfire with Eastleigh manager Ian Baird. Congratulations on a nice coat there, Ian. It's got IB on it. Also, congratulations on your contract. What did you get written in it about me?
Well, one of the caveats of the contract was that you have to remain at the football club during my period of or the period of the contract, and that every Saturday, ideally it'd be every other Saturday if you travel, but you don't travel too often, that we do this interview and continue in the same vein that we're currently doing.
Did you put in anything about me having to summarise and commentate with Dave Malone?
I actually, no disrespect to you or Dangerous, I don't really listen to your commentaries. So that's where we are now. I think you probably need to speak to Dave Malone.
What about if we put speakers down in the dugout? Would that help you?
No.
And Danny Smith's out here warming up. Is there a problem with him?
Well, I know that you've always got your finger on your pulse. I don't know if you noticed, against Dover, Danny tore his hamstring, or strained his hamstring, and in every press release we've done, he's been unavailable. So once again, you've missed that one. And all Danny's doing, if you actually notice the kit he's wearing, is his training kit. He's just out there having a light jog. So observation is a very big. Well, it's a big part of commentary.
I haven't read any of Wendy G's reports this week. What about the other players? Because obviously I haven't been bothering to look at them either.
Yeah. I think possibly you've got to look at your own role in the football club at the moment then, Joss. No, Danny Smith's unavailable, Warren Goodhine is unavailable, Luke Biles is unavailable, Gareth Barfoot is unavailable, and Richard Gillespie has made himself available for the bench.
Oh, that's promising. Yeah. Would it surprise you to know that I've had a 7-day approach from Bashley Football Club?
What, to go and watch their games? Because I don't seem to get too many people to watch them.
No, they want me.
Oh right, what, to play or to summarise?
Both. Not play.
Oh, there's no dual role then. No, it wouldn't surprise me because from what I hear, your observations are spot on, especially when you notice that our players are taken off injured and then they're not available again.
I noticed your coat, I noticed your hat though. Chelmsford, what about them, Ian? What can you tell us about them? We've beat them twice here. Is it third time lucky, or is it maybe a bit far to go today?
Well, I don't know about that. It never seems to be a good hunting ground for us up there. It's a massive game today. We can't underestimate how important it is to us, more importantly to us than to them. We realise that we've got to get something out of the game. Chelmsford are a very good side. They've hit the post, hit the crossbar by getting promoted over the last couple of years, and it'll be a certainly difficult game today.
And going back to the contract thing, because I know it's going to be on the forum, one of the questions they're going to say was, originally you said that if you didn't get in the playoffs you would probably call it a day. How's that stand now with the new contract? You wouldn't leave us now, surely?
Well, I didn't actually say that. Some things do get misconstrued. What I said is, with the current squad that we've got, with everybody being fit and available right from day one, then I'd expect us to get in the playoffs. Now, there's always ups and downs in football. I think the first dozen games we only had a 3/4 fit squad. Once we got everybody back fit, we then started hitting and playing well and winning. We've had a couple of blips over the last couple of weeks, and our aim is still to get in the playoffs. But if we weren't to get into the playoffs, then the one thing's for sure, I wouldn't want to leave the football club. I've got a lot of time for the football club. There's a good feeling for the football club from myself and Matty, and you've got to look at the overall picture. For being serious for 1 minute, yes, we're extremely ambitious to get into the conference, but what would that take? And then you look at the sides that have gone up. They've had massive budgets, compared to double the amount of money that we've had, and that's a fact. Whether people like it or not, our budget is still only a mid-table budget. But as I've said, with the squad that we've got, I'd expect to get in the playoffs, and I still expect to do that.
I know this is a question that you won't want to answer or can't answer, but me being in and out of the industry, much loved by other football clubs, as you know, I was told by a chairman of another football club that if a team like Eastleigh went into the Conference Premier, we'd be bankrupt, like some other teams have shown. What do you think about that? Is it a step too far for a club this size?
On the ambition side, we're desperate to get into the conference. Make no mistake about that. If you know, and I am being serious for one moment. If we went in the conference, I know for a fact we couldn't exist on the same amount of money that we're on now. That is factual. Now, on that side of the coin is I know for a fact there'll be no more money next year whether we're in the conference or whether we're in the Conference South. And if we're in the Conference South, I would imagine that we'll be working on a less budget. And the plain economics is if you look at our gates, on a good day we're getting 600. On a poor day we're getting 250. Now, there's only one side who gets that gate in the Conference National, and that's Hayes and Yedding. And Hayes and Yedding are existing on Yedding's money that they sold the ground. And from what I hear is, I think Yedding, unless they're very, very lucky, will get relegated. And unfortunately for all these sides, you're competing in a league. The next league you're competing against is historically massive football clubs. I mean, you know, the gates of Darlington and Kettering and Newport, Luton and Wrexham. It goes on and on and on. But don't take away, we would love to get promoted. But if you look at the side we're playing against today, Chelmsford, they've got gates of 1,000 plus every week. 1,000 plus, and they're a big non-league club. What people tend to forget is that Eastleigh, 6 years ago, are a Wessex League club, and that the strides that we've made are massive. But what happens when you make strides is when you get so close to how we did 2 years ago, when you almost get in the playoff final and you could have almost been promoted, the expectation level rises. And then you read on forums about we need to be doing this and we need to be doing that and the other. Unfortunately, at this moment in time, we haven't got the people coming through the gates. Now, some people say it's the type of football we play. Well, that's absolute rubbish because of the amount of goals we've scored. So they can't knock us for that. I think people have got to be in the reality of football. But believe you me, we are doing everything we possibly can to try and get promoted. And then once you're promoted, then you reassess it. But the reality of it, is it a bridge too far? I don't know. I think the economic facts will tell you whether it is or whether it isn't.
You're absolutely right. Well, all the best today, and I'll see you after the game, yeah?
Cheers, Josh. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, Ian. I'm joined by the victorious manager, Ian Bale. I noticed that you went straight over to the female reporter before me.
To be fair, Josh, she got in before you.
Was I prettier?
You got to say no.
Well done today.
Thank you.
What pleased you the most, Ian?
The result is the most important thing today. It doesn't matter sometimes how you get them. You know, the pitch is lively out there, to say the least. Chelmsford are a very, very good side. We managed to score at good times, you know, after 10 minutes in the first half and then after 5 minutes in the second. You know, and then to concede a penalty, which, you know, you can have no qualms about whatsoever. It was always going to be interesting, but fortunately for us, we managed to hold on and get the 3 points, which, as I said to you at the top of the show, is the most important thing to do today.
They looked so solid the whole 90 minutes, didn't they? Yeah,
we looked solid. Yeah, the two centre halves did very, very well, and the back four and back five did well. It wasn't a game of many chances. I think they had 2 chances and they scored 1, which is a penalty. And the most important thing for us today was to get the result, and we got the result, and you know, we're happy today.
Your former club has done us a favour today as well. Bromley have lost, haven't. So the push for the playoffs is still very much alive now, isn't it?
Well, it's always been alive, but you know, we couldn't afford to lose today, in my opinion, and luckily for us, we didn't do that.
And going into the next game, have we got any concerns today with injuries? Did anybody have any niggles?
Yeah, we had to bring Jamie Slabber off with a tight calf, and Chris Holland got through with a tight hamstring, but we've got to have a look at that and then assess it over the weekend and then go again.
What did you make of Slabber's goal? Was it a goalkeeping error or was it just a great Slabber move?
Well, Jamie did what Jamie does. He stuck the ball in the back of the net. Whether it was a goalkeeping error, it's difficult for me to say because I haven't seen it really.
And looking at that again, will you get an opportunity to watch that with the video that we've had taken today?
We'll get an opportunity after, well, it is after the game now, but Matt will go out and get the DVD, we'll have a look at it and then see where we can break down what we could have done better.
Brilliant. You're going to have a shower and maybe a pint to celebrate, yes?
Certainly will do.
I'll see you in the bar.
Thanks, Josh. Cheers, mate.
Bye bye.